Hey, this is Don the Idea Guy, and I am back again with another episode of the Big Yellow Sticky Podcast. This is episode 67, and the title of today's sticky note is Bold Does. The text on the note reads, Bold is as bold does. Here's the story behind this sticky. I don't think that you can be bold or act boldly without connecting it to an action. Being bold isn't passive. You can't boldly sit on the couch and watch Star Trek on Netflix all weekend. However, you can boldly go where no man has gone before. You can bravely face adversity and fight against the odds to become a success. You cannot bravely sleep in until 11 o'clock every morning. Bold, boldly, boldness, they all have to be tied to overt actions because bold does. What will you boldly do today? Will you boldly turn off Netflix and go take a walk in the woods? Will you bravely wake up at an ungodly hour and start working on that novel you've been wanting to write? Will you courageously join your local Toastmasters club to improve your speaking skills? Will you fearlessly record your first podcast episode? Or will you daringly record yourself on video and post it to YouTube? Bold actions don't have to be big actions. Bold steps don't have to be great sweeping strides. Bold steps can be small steps, taken consistently and reliably in the direction of your goals. Now, go put on your bold shoes and start stepping. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Big Yellow Sticky Podcast. If you'd like to receive a free email alert every time new content and new episodes are posted, just go to bigyellowsticky.com and click on the Get Sticky link. Once you confirm your email address, you'll begin receiving a daily email that includes a copy of the graphic posted to bigyellowsticky.com, which is a handwritten Post-it note that I draw myself using Sharpie markers and a 3x3 yellow Post-it note. I publish it for the world to see. Sometimes it's a inspiring message, sometimes it's a pithy quote, sometimes it's a challenge, and sometimes it's just a note to self. But I post it and share it with the world, including you. Also included in that email is a link to the latest episode of this podcast where you get the behind the sticky stories like the one you just listened to. I'll be back again tomorrow with another episode of the Big Yellow Sticky Podcast. I'd love for you to join me, and I'd love it even more if you could bring a friend. You know, podcasts are very popular right now, and there's a lot of them out there. And it would be great if you went to iTunes or some other podcasting app and left a review. That's awesome. But what I'd really appreciate is if you know somebody, just one or two people, maybe somebody you work with, maybe somebody you go out and have coffee with, that you think would be interested in this content as well. You can't beat a personal recommendation from a friend. So if you just go out and introduce this podcast to one of your friends, I'll be happy because I need more listeners just like you. I'll be back again tomorrow with another episode, and I hope you'll be here too. Thanks for listening to the Big Yellow Sticky Podcast.